Good morning. I'm Scott Leslie, Director of the Albany County Veteran Service Bureau. Welcome to our Honor of Veterans ceremony for the month of November. We're paying tribute to Andrew Pinckney Sr. and Andrew Pinckney Jr. Andrew Pinckney Sr. served in the Army Air Corps during World War II. Andrew Pinckney Jr. served in the Marine Corps during Vietnam.
Today we lift up our voices to express our gratitude to the Pinckneys and to our military for their dedication to these ideals of freedom and liberty. We ask God to watch over the Pinckney family, as well as all of our veterans and their families. Remind us always that peace and possibility can and will triumph, now and forever, as we remain one nation under God. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Amen.
Amen.
That's why I always say, don't look up to politicians, stars, professional anything. It's your neighbors. It's people that have served their country, that are people you should be looking up to, that lead by example. I always say words are words, actions are actions, but actions speak louder than words. Because you can promise anyone anything and tell them, give them the best advice in the world, as my kids say, because they think I'm the dumbest guy going. But it's the actions. And that's what you get at father and son here, that they just led. They served, they led, they came back and lived extraordinary lives and left behind a beautiful family and wife that is going to carry that legacy on. So don't forget, it's an honor to stand here to say extraordinary things about two extraordinary people and just to touch the tip of the iceberg.
So two men of great distinction, Andrew M. Pinckney Sr. and Andrew M. Pinckney Jr. Deserve our great attention today and our thanks for serving this nation so very humbly. The efforts here to recognize both is an interesting span of time. To think of the World War II members, as I gather with my colleagues in government and with so many people of interest here.
The inspiration of those willing to serve and sacrifice continuously, even knowing, not knowing the outcomes of what their father may have been through during those 11 months, and willing to step up again at a time when our nation wasn't keen on recognizing service, didn't get the homecoming that so many did.
I can't help but think as I wander through communities these days how different it is from when I grew up, when service seemed almost automatic. You did that. And there's so much less of it today. But when we think about the Pinckneys, Andy, and young Andy, they shout service. And we can do that. And we can, as they did, make a difference. And may we take from this today that we too can make a difference, we too can serve. Thank you.
Just as a mom, I have to say, I too figured out the math and saw that your mom, or grandmother, I guess, was pregnant, not knowing if her husband would return and if she'd be a single mother. What trauma that must have presented to the family. But then for her to give birth, to raise a son who, knowing the risk, still stepped up and put on that uniform. What a special, special family.
Just a few words, and I just want to share my gratitude and my thanks to the family of a father and a son who created this incredible legacy of a family after serving in World War II and then the Vietnam War. And what an incredible legacy of service. That
I want to echo all of the things that my colleagues in government have said. I also, Frank Commisso is here as well. I'm not sure if you caught him, a county legislator, but you look at the turnout here and it speaks to the legacy of the Pinckney family. And I am so grateful as well for their service and for all that they have done for our community. And
to get into an airplane and to fly over Germany, if you've ever studied much of that period, the risk of death or not coming home were really, really high, right? Low probability of mission success in some of those missions. And obviously he was shot down and was a POW for a good portion of his service. And then we think about joining the Marines for Andrew Jr. during the period of Vietnam, particularly when you look at that period. Again, high casualty rates, and Marines, you know, they're taking the brunt of it, and to go out on missions and obviously made a sacrifice, came back with a Purple Heart.
So what I can share with you is the way Dad lived his life post-war, as a father, son, husband, grandfather, brother, uncle, friend, and colleague. Because it was the way he lived his day-to-day life that enabled us to witness what a true hero is made of. And I believe the many of the seeds of Dad's heroism were planted during his service and experience in the Army. Having to parachute in a moment's notice from their B-24 bomber, which exploded behind them just seconds after evacuating, landing in Germany territory, being captured and becoming a prisoner of war for 11 months, away from his family, his country, and comforts of home. It had a profound and lasting impact on our father.
In 2013, I was contacted by Thomas Doyne, also a Vietnam veteran, who was the chair of the Waterford Memorial Day Parade. And the committee nominated Andy to be the Grand Marshal. Of course, I had to go home and let Andy know that he was nominated, and I knew he would reject, and he did. But it was an honor to be nominated for that. We are here today to honor and show respect to Andy. He was someone to appreciate and to be grateful for. Andy is our forever hero. If it wasn't for men like Andy, we wouldn't have the freedom we have today. The Pinckney family is incredibly honored that Andy is being recognized today posthumously by the Honor of Veteran program here in Albany County.